Hello, Subtle Shifts community. I am coming here to you live today to follow up on the video I made last week that has to do with your thoughts. I talked about the cognitive cycle and how your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions are all connected. And this week, I'm going to share with you a tool that's going to help you shift your thoughts and therefore shift your feelings and shift your actions. So if you're stuck in a pattern of self-doubt or you are having some thoughts that feel self-sabotaging, we all have them. And remember, the thoughts you think over and over and over eventually turn into beliefs. I'm a firm believer that mindset work is just a portion of shifting your life and shifting your life experience, but it's a very big portion. And this is one of the tools you can use when you find your thoughts are disempowering, they don't feel good, or when you find you don't feel good about something. This is a tool that can help you shift how you think about things. The concept is the thought ladder. I'm going to share with you how it works, but I've created a nice little graphic here to help you understand how to utilize it. And when you're doing the thought ladder, you can actually draw a ladder in your journal or somewhere so that you can help visualize and conceptualize what it is that you're doing. So first thing you're going to want to do, I mentioned in the last video, I believe, just be aware of the thoughts you're having. We have 60,000 thoughts a day. Most of them are subconscious. But if you are more aware of your thoughts, it's going to be easier for you to shift them. And if you don't know what your thoughts are, how can you shift them? So that's first step. Just be aware of your thoughts. And then if you catch a thought that just makes you feel bad, or it's not a thought you really want to think, or you're wanting to think something else, that's where this tool comes in. All right, so the thought ladder, what you're going to do first, as I mentioned, is identify the thought you're having, the one that you don't want to have. And that's going to be going on the bottom rung. You identify your thought here. And then you're going to go to a thought that you would like to have. You may not have it yet. You actually don't have it yet, probably. And that thought is going to be the goal thought. This is what I would like to think about things, but I don't quite think about it yet. The rungs on the ladder are thoughts that are going to help get you up to that goal thought. They are thoughts that are believable to you, but maybe don't feel as draining as this identified bottom rung thought. So let me give you an example in real time. It's a very simple example. The rung thought, the bottom thought, is I can't do it. Maybe you want to believe that you can do it, and that would be your goal thought, I can do it. But when you think about the thing that you're wanting to do, you believe that you can't do it. Maybe you don't have evidence that you can do it, you've never done it before. That's the core thought, I can't do it. But you want to believe that you can do it because when you believe that you can do it, it feels good. That's why affirmations don't work, because you don't believe it yet. You can say 100 times, I can do it, but if you don't believe it yet, it's just words. You have to feel it inside and have it resonate at a level that feels believable to you. So that's what these middle rungs are for. These are going to be neutral thoughts that are believable to you right now, but feel better to you than this bottom rung thought. So to go to the example, I can't do it. A neutral or middle rung thought could be, I'm open to the idea that I can do it. It just opens the door to possibility. I'm open to the idea that I can do it. Another perspective is to take it out of your experience and have there be evidence that someone else has done it. Another neutral thought could be, other people, like me, have done this. Okay, so what you do is you have your middle rung thought, you say it to yourself, and you'll sense in your body whether it feels believable to you or not. And if it doesn't, there may be some verbiage that needs to be shifted. But you're looking for the thought that's like, okay, yeah, I could believe that. And then what you do is you practice that thought. So what you're doing here is you are starting to create a new thought, a new belief. Then every time you have this bottom rung thought, I can't do it, for example, you're going to catch yourself. And then you're going to shift it to that neutral thought that you just created. I'm open to the idea that I can do it. You're going to do that over and over and over. And while you're doing that, you're creating and looking for evidence to prove that there's a possibility that you can do it. And that's just the example here. There are so many different thoughts that you could do this with. Last week, my example was he's being a jerk, right? I think that's what I said. And then maybe the top thought is like, oh, he's the nicest person in the world, and that might not be believable. It may not even be one that you want to have. But a neutral thought could be, I'm open to the idea that there's something else going on with him, or that he is not intentionally acting this way, right? There's a reason behind the way he's acting. And this can be applied in all areas. Your health, your career, your finances. A big one is, we can't afford it, or I can't afford it. Instead of going to, I have tons of money and I can buy whatever I want, that's not going to feel believable to you yet. So then your neutral thought might be, I'm open to the idea that we can afford it, or that I can find a way to afford it. So if you think over and over and over, I can't afford it, you're going to be looking for evidence to prove that. Our brain wants to be correct. So if you believe that thought, I can't afford it, you're going to see things over and over and over to prove you can't afford it. But you can't just go straight to, I can't afford it, or I have tons of money. That just doesn't feel right when you're really at your core believing that you can't. So then you go to the neutral thought. There are other people and situations like me who have figured out a way to afford it. Or I'm open to the idea that we will find the money to afford it. Or I'm open to the idea that I can earn more money. Whatever it is. And this is a process you can do over and over and over. Obviously, the more intentional you are with it and the more often you do it, the more effective it's going to be. There's no right or wrong way to do it, but it can be a fun technique to just implement. If there's an area in your life where you just don't feel good about things, it's coming from a core thought and a core belief that you have, and those core thoughts and beliefs can be shifted. And using this process will help you get there. So how to implement it? Get a journal, write down all of your thoughts that you have about something that feels draining to you. Look for the thoughts that keep coming up over and over and over, the ones that make you feel bad about what's happening, and then start with one. You don't have to change them all. Just pick one, and then come up with your goal thought, and then come up with a neutral thought to help you get to your goal thought. Then you just start practicing it over and over and over. Repeat. So that is the thought ladder. Go ahead and put it into your arsenal so you can start shifting your thoughts, shifting your life experience, and shifting how you feel every day to create the life that you want. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time.